It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown! Well, all we've missed is the opening kickoff here from Zanesville Sulzberger Stadium in this regional final in Division II between the Massillon Tigers and the Golden Eagles of Big Walnut. And Massillon will have the ball first and 10 on their 17-yard line. Clint Scroggs, Brian Beatty, Ryan Bevere from Rainy Zanesville on first down. It's a handoff up the middle and almost all the way. Xavier Owens, who takes an off-tackle run, 50-plus yards once per game. Nearly did it there on the first play. He goes from the 17-yard line to the 32 for 15. Tiger fans already upset after only a 15-yard gain on first down. Here's Owens running up the middle, pushing the pile ahead to 37-yard line, so 5 on first down. Big Walnut knocked out Massillon last year 14-7 in a game that the Tigers had 20 penalties, including 16 or 17 false starts. Big Walnut has too many on the field here as they run Owens to the left. They're going to stop him on the 44, which is 3 yards short of the first down, but there's going to be a penalty. There's too many men for Big Walnut as they were trying to run one in and one off as the Tigers go without a huddle. And there's also a sideline warning on the near side against Massillon. So let's see what the mark-off will be. They'll mark it to the 43. As we said, the Tigers lost last year. So I expect they'll be going for 100 tonight against Big Walnut, who come in having lost in their opener, but not since. They have dominated their last 5 opponents, shutting out their 2 playoff opponents. Massillon 120-17 in their last 3 playoff games, and this time it's McMullen trying the right side, and he goes backward to the 41-yard line. Anthony McMullen, the Buchtel transfer, sets up a second down and 11 for Massillon from their 41. They're working left to right as we watch them. We're on the visitor side here at Sulzberger Stadium. And on second down, another run up the middle, and it is Owens into the middle, and he gets to the 43 maybe. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Brian Beatty Hoover tried to take away the run. They gave up huge plays in the pass game. Last week, it was just the opposite. You got to watch out if you're going to load the box against this Tiger team.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give respect to everyone outside and make sure you're taking care of this short pass game that Massillon loves to use if you start to stack in the box. So looks like right now they're bringing the edge guys quick off the outsides, trying to get my eyes used to seeing Massillon in white uniforms. I'm not used to that. So, right now after the one big play, Big Walnut's kind of held strong here.
3rd and 9, roll to the right and incomplete on the 41-yard line as Manny Patterson tried to hit Ramir Jackson crossing the field to the near side. And it will be a punting situation here for the Tigers. Bad snap on the punt, all the way back inside the 15. Ball's picked up on the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for Big Walnut as the snap on the punt got away and fallen on at the 5-yard line. So Big Walnut in the RG Drake red zone to start things off after stopping Massillon will take over right on the doorstep.
Yeah, it's been raining since we've been here. It's kind of picked up a little bit. Ball just was completely over the punter's head there.
Eli Stump is the quarterback. He's a junior, as is their big running back, and he's going to the outside right, and he's dragged down from behind by the shirt tail at about the 4-yard line, as he wasn't able to outrun the Tiger defender to the sideline. Trying to see who that is. That was 35, Chase White, who ran him down. Their big running back, Nolan Burley, 6'1", 195 junior, well over 2,000 yards this season. And he's set up behind the quarterback in the pistol. They run it straight up the middle, and that doesn't seem to be a good strategy against the Tigers, who win their games on the offensive and defensive lines. Burley gets to the 3, and it'll be 3rd and goal on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, early in this game, a big red zone possession here. Big goal line stance here for the Tigers.
Still 20 on the play clock. They have 3 out to the right, tight end near side. Burley to the right of his quarterback, who wants to throw. Looking right, looking to the outside. Back of the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. I believe it's Jackson Bowers, the tight end, who made the catch on the far side, back in the corner.
For an Eagle touchdown.
And the Golden Eagles take the lead.
Yeah, great job there by Big Walnut, just staying in the pocket, had a great protection, and made a nice throw in between 2 Massillon defenders. He was standing in the back corner of the end zone and put the ball right where it needs to be. Big answer by Big Walnut right away.
Extra point coming. Tigers jump. And they're going to move it a little closer. Snap, spot, kick, up, good. Timeout on the field, 8:36, first quarter. It is Big Walnut 7, Massillon nothing. You're listening to high school playoff football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Big Walnut goes 5 yards in 3 plays, and they take a 7-0 lead. After the bad snap on the punt, set up the Golden Eagles on the Tigers' 5-yard line. It's the 20th touchdown pass of the season for the Big Walnut Golden Eagles, who are in the all black, white numbers and red trim, red and white helmets. And here's the kick. It's a high one. Again, coming to the near side of the 15, it's Malone. Malone to the far side. Malone trying to get to the outside. Turns the corner with a flag down. Another flag down. I think there's going to be a holdout there on that side of the field as Malone got out across the 30-yard line. So we'll check the flag here, and the Tigers might be backing up again. The flags are on the 25.
Everyone knew last year, I think I can't remember the exact many. I know they had 19 offsides penalties, almost over 200 yards of penalties last year. And this is not a good start for the Tigers. I know Hoover got up on them early, 7-0, but this ain't North Canton Hoover. This is a completely different ball team.
Big Walnut lost in the state semis last year to Cincinnati Anderson, who then lost to Avon in the state final. From there, 15 after the holding penalty. Patterson on first down, quick pump to the far side, now coming back near side, throws, and it is incomplete at the 26-yard line. Intended again for the Tigers' Ramir Jackson. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Massillon on their 15.
We saw a nice run by Massillon on that, the first run, but after that they kind of stuffed it up on them. And if Massillon had to rely on the pass tonight is not a night you want to pass the ball, rely on the pass. It is a wet ball day.
2nd and 10 from their 15. Patterson hands off up the middle. Owens, maybe the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Penny Anthony comes off the near sideline. They're bringing an extra receiver. As William Himes comes off the field. 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. They send Anthony and Jackson out to the far side, 2 to the near side, the wide side of the field. Manny Patterson takes the snap, back to throw, throws to the far side. It's caught by Owens. 20, tries to hurdle, goes over the defender. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds. It's at the 27-yard line, so that will be a 1st down for the Tigers as they pick up the 3rd and 9. 7:40 first quarter. And the Tigers trailing 7-0. It's time they bring the tight end back in. Himes lines up as a wing to the offensive left side. Giorgio Jackson out to that far side. And it's Owens up the middle, across the 30 to the 31. Maybe the 32-yard line, or they'll put him on the 31. So it'll be a 4-yard pickup on 1st down. Jackson to the far side. Giorgio and Ramir to the near side, and they run it again. And up the middle, nothing much. Maybe another yard. Try the middle of that big Walnut defense. Tiger player slow to get up. One of the offensive linemen, that's James Wallace. But he's going to be in there for this 3rd down play. 3rd and 5 from the 32-yard line. Big Walnut up 7-0. This time 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 out to the left. 3 down linemen for the Golden Eagles. Tigers look to the near side for the play. 8 on the play clock. Snap back, Jackson against pressure, being chased, rolling to his right. Gonna run, and he slips and falls just short of the marker on the 36-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about a yard here for Massillon from their own side of the 40-yard line. Not sure what the booing is about. I don't know if they thought he'd gotten farther before the slide, but he didn't. So here's another punt. The last time they punted, they snapped it over the punter's head. Here comes the kick now by the punter back to the 26-yard line, and a fair catch is called for and taken by Brody Hatfield. So 1st down here for the Golden Eagles. Rasmus Haynes, the punter. It's at 37 yards. So from their own 27, 1st and 10. Eli Stump, the quarterback for the Golden Eagles. He has 4 out to the wide side, 1 to the near side. Now they all come back to the near side. The tackle switches to the right. The tight end is to the left. Let's see what happens. It's a handoff up the middle and a seam and a nice move to the 30 to the 40, and he's tripped up from behind. Nolan Burley nearly got away.
lot of confusion there on Massillon's defense, which is understandable. They line up in wide quads right, switch back to a trips, and then, like you said, shifted the tackle over and then run a counter back to the Massillon sideline.
1st and 10 from the 42. Quick throw out to the right and a catch, and incomplete. The ball came out after the receiver was hit. Malone on the hit on Clint Stover, I think. Kind of hard to read those. The 8s, the 9s, the 6s all look the same. Might have been Jackson Bowers. In any case, 2nd and 10 for the Golden Eagles on their 42-yard line. 2 to the near side. Nope, switch that. Tight end moves to the right, wing right. Now a man back in motion left. And he'll set up as a wing. They'll hand it off. Burley up the middle. And he's out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup for Burley, who ran back the second half kickoff in last year's game for the winning points, what turned out to be the winning points. 3rd down at 6 for the Golden Eagles. Trips right, tight end near side, stump rolling right, under pressure, throws far side, incomplete at the Tiger 39. Good coverage by Lennox Lemon. And it will be 4th down. And we have a whistle. It's like the official's going to send one of the Tigers off the field. That was Lennox Lemon. He tried to start something there after that incompletion. And the receiver just went off the field. The official pointed him to the sideline.
Yeah, pretty smart. Let's see, get everything under control early, get the jawing under control. Smart by the official, no flag necessary there. So that's basically the warning to both sidelines. Let's keep everything under control. Big Walnut does a lot of movement. There's a lot of eye movement. Massillon was not lined up properly there. Big Walnut's going to, make adjustments there. I don't think they pick up the blitz there, but there was some people wide open there that weren't covered.
Burley is the punter, 35 yards a kick. That's a good kick, and a fair catch down on the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt, no return. 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Big Walnut on top of Massillon, 7-0. On 1st down, Massillon. Has Owens as the Wildcat, running back, running left, and he's into the secondary down the far sideline, out of bounds at around the 45. That's where they'll spot him. That's 27 yards for Xavier Owens, whose brother came from Akron 2 years ago and led this team to a state title as the quarterback. Owens only does it occasionally out of a Wildcat situation. He'll line up there again. They'll have 2 receivers each way, a wing to the right. This time they hand it off to McMullen, trying to sweep right in. He's hitting the backfield, gets away, still going across the 50 and into Big Walnut territory on the 47-yard line. They had him for a loss, but he slipped away and picked up 7.
Yeah, Massillon has a little bit of rhythm here.
Giorgio Jackson out to the far side. He's the only receiver on the field. They have a tight end to either side and a back to either side of Manny Patterson. Takes the snap, gives to Owens up the middle with a hole. Flag down as Owens is inside the 40 to the 39, but this one's coming back. A Tiger has to come off the field. Davion Floyd, who lost his helmet, will have to come off.
A lot of officials on this side of the sideline.
They are not used to having any calls go against them. That is for sure. That's obvious. So instead of being at the Big Walnut 37, the Tigers will be on their own 44 with a 2nd down and 12. Giorgio Jackson left, Ramir Jackson right.
Never to see the call there. I don't know, was it holding or I think it was maybe hands to the face.
One back. And it's Owens up the middle, and he's got yardage out to the 50. So they're starting to open some holes up the middle. He'll pick up 6 there. Set up a 3rd down and 6. Tackle by Will Clausen for Big Walnut. Three receivers left, one to the near side. Owens in the backfield to the right of Patterson. The offensive lineman stood straight up as they were trying to draw Big Walnut off sides. No flag came either way. Here's a give to Owens up the middle. He's going to have a 1st down, or very nearly. He was tripped up at about the 44, and it looks like there will be a 1st down for the Tigers as Deontay Malone tried to draw a foul downfield with a flop, but the official says nope. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 44 of Big Walnut. 2:40, 1st period, clock running. Golden Eagles up 7-0. Wing right, 2 receivers, 1 back. It's Owens. Tries to bounce outside, and he gets about 3 to the 41. Well, they'll put him on the 42, so it's a 2-yard pickup.
The offensive line definitely getting to push this series. Big Walnut looks a little tired on defense. They've been on the field most of this quarter defensively. They had a quick score there on that bad snap, so it looks a little winded here.
McMullen in at running back as Owens comes out. McMullen tries the middle, and he's got a little bit of a seam, and he takes it down to the 36 with a forward dive and sets up a 3rd down and 2 here for the Tigers. Tigers on the season almost 45% on 3rd downs. 3rd and 2. Snap back, run up the middle. Owens 1st down to the 33. Tackle by Brady Taylor for the Golden Eagles. And the Tigers will move the chains. Clock will start with 1:23 remaining in the 1st. McMullen started out, now he goes back in. They're going to have a receiver to each side. Himes the wing to the left. McMullen to the left of his quarterback. Up the middle he goes, hit again, bounces off, still bouncing, still going, and he's to the 30, where he gets about 3. Whistles blew. McMullen popped away, but the whistles had blown. And it'll be 2nd down and 7. We'll have one more play possibly here in the 1st period. Clock down to 30 seconds. 20 on the play clock. Jackson split out to each side. Now they look to the sideline for the play. 8 on the play clock. See if they try to get them to jump. Nope, it's a handoff. McMullen over the left side, and he's pulled down at the 29. So that'll be a gain of 1, and that will run out the 1st quarter from Zanesville. And after 1, it is the Massillon Tigers trailing the Big Walnut Golden Eagles. Big Walnut on top by a score of 7-0. We'll come back with a 2nd quarter after a timeout. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92. Back for the second quarter from Sulzberger Stadium in Zanesville for this Division II Region 7 final. Winner goes to the state semifinals next week. Play a team from Southern Ohio, which will probably be played in Columbus, but we'll have to wait and see. Tigers with a 3rd and 6 as we start the quarter. Xavier Owens up the middle with a first down and more, and he's going to go all the way. 29 yards for Xavier Owens and the Tiger touchdown. His 19th of the season. Mateo Herrera, who missed an extra point for the first time last week all season. It's 53 of 54. Hits that one through. Timeout on the field. 11:53 to go in the first half. It is Massillon 7, Big Walnut 7. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92. Seven our score as the Tigers score in the first play of the second period. And Herrera will kick it off. Kick is high and short to the far side. Fair catch called for and taken on the 23-yard line. Taken by Jack Rigg. 1st and 10 for Big Walnut. They got a gift with a bad snap on a punt back to the 5-yard line. Set them up for their touchdown on the 3rd play. They got a first down on their last possession, but were not able to convert on the next series of downs and to punt it away, and the Tigers drove down for the score. 1st and 10, trips near side, 2 out to the left. Oh, man comes in motion. They'll hand it to him on the sweep, and it is taken back to the line of scrimmage only by Nolan Burley. They're trying to get him going, but no such luck on that play. They'll give him a yard to the 25, 2nd and 9.
No, it really looked like Massillon, kind of took a punch in the mouth there early and reacted like a great ball team does and really dominated the line of scrimmage that last drive and defensively that last series. And this one looks like they're stepping up now.
Stump back to throw and a nice catch on the 35-yard line, falling backwards. The receiver takes it for a first down.
Like I said, very impressed with their offensive line that last drive. They were moving people backwards for sure.
Gavin Harrington with that catch to pick up the first for Big Walnut. Can they go with trips left? 1 to the near side, the short side of the field. Stump looking to the far sideline for the play, which is the home side. Still 12 on the play clock. And they'll shift the man to the near side as a wing. Now they're ready to go. Snap. Fake the handoff, pressure, and a throw in the middle of the field is incomplete. As the quarterback was sent down to the turf, he threw it low in the extremely general vicinity of a receiver crossing the field, Owen Pollock. So it'll be 2nd and 10. He actually had him there. It looked like if he'd thrown it out in front of the tight end crossing the field, instead of throwing it at his feet.
Yeah, he had a guy right in his face. He actually wanted a late hit. I don't think it was. It was a nice hit by, I'm not sure who put the pressure on there by Massillon, but a nice hit. Actually, he lost his helmet. He should be out of the game. The helmet bounced back on his head.
2nd and 10. Pollock moves to the left side as a wing. 2 out there, 1 to the near side. Handoff to Burley up the middle, and he's going to get only to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. And they'll give him a couple to the 38-yard line, 3 yards. 3rd and 7 here for Big Walnut. We're tied at 7. 10:20 to go in the first half. Stump went all the way to the far side of the field for the play. Now he comes back into the huddle, the choir type huddle. And again, he'll send 3 out to the far side. A wing left and 1 to the near side. Empty backfield. 3-man line for the Tigers. They bring an extra rusher. Stump rolling left, and he's hit and he goes down on the 35. Christian Culler came up from his defensive back position out of nowhere and cut down the quarterback.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of pressure, just stepping back there. They decided to roll the pocket out. Massillon's answer is to bring the corner, their man coverage. They're just bring that nickel back. That's who it was. Just he's blitzing automatic, and there's no answer there. You don't have to lead back out in front. A nice open field tackle.
Burley ready to punt it again. 1 back deep at his 30. Good snap. Burley runs to the side and hits it high, but not very deep. Coming to the near sideline, it's going to take a Big Walnut bounce and go out of bounds on the 37-yard line. So that's a 29-yard punt and no return. And the Tigers right back in business against this Big Walnut team, which hasn't lost a game since opening night back in August. Lost it to a state power, Columbus Watterson, 2 years in a row. They lost to Watterson in the opener and then ran the table in the regular season. Last year they got to the state semifinals. This year to the regional final again.
Yeah, they play Columbus Watterson. They stay away from a lot of those old Tangy schools, some of the bigger, the Pickerton, North, and Central. So they're not as tested as some of the Columbus schools down here.
Here's a run to the right by Owens, and he picks up good yardage again out to the 41-yard line. Tiger offensive line starting to assert its will. They're basically like a college offensive line with their size, with their weight program and all of that.
Absolutely.
And a coach for each, basically a coach for each man on the team. And they're tough to stop when they get the running game going. This time, Big Walnut sells out and stops the play right at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Owens piled up in the middle, and a late flag. Something else the Tigers like to do. It'll be a foul against the Golden Eagles. Didn't see what the call was. It was not a personal foul. I don't know what it was exactly. Maybe a face mask. So instead of a 3rd and 5 for the Tigers, they'll have a 1st and 10 on the Big Walnut 44. It may be crazy to say, but Big Walnut needs to make a stop right here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Midway through the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, we've seen a couple offensive linemen's helmets come off, and I think, they've been complaining about getting the hands to the face, and I think they caught one of them that time.
Owens up the middle, 40. Still going. He's going to score. 44 yards. This game's over. He went to his right. There was a little bit of a resistance there. Bounced back to the left and only had to outrun one man. And Owens at 5'11" and 210 arguably the fastest man on the field.
Yeah, he looked like the most athletic and fastest man for sure. That was a nice run. He wouldn't have a lot of success there with the second moves, but he definitely made him look a little slower than anybody else. And I want to give a shout out there to 17 Ramir Jackson. He did a great job just shielding off his man from about the 10-yard line. He just stood in front of him and had his hands straight up instead of making the stupid block in the back or that, the hit where he decleat him something dumb. Just a smart play by Ramir there.
Herrera hits the extra point. And it is 14-7 for Massillon. The big Walnut points came after they recovered an errant punt snap on the 5-yard line. They have one other first down besides, and the Tigers have driven it right down their throats the last two possessions. I don't know if they've completed a pass tonight, but they might not have to complete one.
We all got a little anxious there at the beginning, thinking they weren't going to be able to run the ball, but as all good teams, you stick to your guns and, just stick to what got you here, and that's what they're doing, playing Massillon football.
Herrera to kick it off from the 40. Another high short kick far side, taken on the 22, up the sideline to the 30, 31-yard line. Sebastian Harper on the tackle. On the return by Clint Stover. 1st and 10, Golden Eagles on their 31. They have not gotten their 2,400-yard rusher going yet. Sorry, 2,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
2,072. And he'll get it here. Up the middle, Burley bounces off. Nice run across the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. He got hit right in the chest. Not far up from the line of scrimmage, and was able to bounce and spin his way forward and take it to the 38. So a pickup of 7 on first down. 7:50 clock running first half. Tigers 14, Golden Eagles 7. They're the Golden Eagles, but their colors are red and black. Massillon jumps offside. That's going to be Zayshawn Murray, I believe. Let's see. Yep, Zayshawn Murray jumps offside. We called his name a lot in the Hoover game. And I was thinking afterwards, I don't remember calling his name all season. Well, that was his first game of the season. He played for Canton South for 3 years. He was on the McKinley roster in June, and he showed up for the Tigers' first playoff game this year against Hoover, and he has been a force.
Yeah.
Lining up over the center defensively. Wing left, running back, up the middle. Burley spins to the 45, 46-yard line. The penalty gave Big Walnut a first down. They will mark Burley on the 40. Clock stops. We have a Tiger player down. 7:07 left in the half, and the trainers headed out to the far side of the field. One of the Tigers is down between the 45 and 46-yard line. The trainers came in from the far side. And as soon as the Tiger trainers get there, he pops up and starts to run off the field. Isaac Maxheimer favoring the left leg, but he comes off to the near side, a junior linebacker. So he'll have to sit out a play. It'll be Big Walnut ball on their 45-yard line, a 2nd and 8. Massillon up 14-7. Eli Stump, the junior quarterback, 6'4" and 185. Brings 2 receivers near side. Tight end left, wing left, and back to throw. Wanted to throw the swing out to the near side. It was covered. Now they're going to throw to the near side and out of bounds, incomplete. A late flag comes in.
Yeah.
Late flag. And it's going to be a personal foul against the Tigers.
Should be offsetting.
Looks like Jaden Williams will get the flag here. I didn't see what the one you're talking about.
That was a design. I'm not sure what happened back here. That might be a personal foul. But that was the design swing. The receiver down here was blocking downfield, 15 yards down the field. So that should be a legal block downfield on that pass. He threw it down past the line of scrimmage. So he didn't give the defender a chance to even go after the ball. So it should be offsetting, at least. I mean, it was the design throw behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they tried to get it to Burley swinging out, but somebody came up in his face immediately. Looked like just a throwaway there by Stump. But the penalty moves the Golden Eagles to the Tigers' 40. Massillon jumps, but not into the neutral zone. It's a handoff. Burley running left. He's to the outside, runs through a tackle, can't get through the second one. He'll go for about 3, maybe 4 yards. I'm sure a lot of those tackles he's used to running through and around. And he's getting brought down by the Tiger defense, that time after a 3-yard pickup.
The biggest thing he's not used, that gang tackle. He might make the first one miss a little bit. He just doesn't have that explosion after that. And then by then the Tigers, they're on top of you. The gang tackling, their pursuit is excellent.
6:20 to go, clock running, first half. Massillon up 14-7. Glad you could join us tonight on the Q92 Radio Sports Network. From rainy Zanesville. 2 wide to the near side, 1 in the slot, tight end left, 1 back in the pistol. Stump back to throw, looking left, going to throw it down the sideline and incomplete. They had Burley down there, looked like he might have a step, but he tripped over the defender, I think. No penalty there as Maxheimer was covering down the far side of the field. 3rd and 7. And they put the ball down on the wrong line. Put it back on the 42 instead of the 37. Now it's fixed. We have a penalty there. Not sure. In any case, the ball's still on the 37, and it's still 3rd and 7 for Big Walnut. Again, they go with 2 wide, 1 in the slot to the near side, 1 out to the left. Stump in the pistol, back to throw. Has Burley in the middle, gets hit, gets away, rolling right. He better get rid of it. Can't hang on to the ball. Jaden Williams pulls him down on the 44. You cannot outrun these Tiger defenders. They're looking downfield to try to make a throw. Got to get rid of the football, and it's going to be a punting time here as now Big Walnut will be forced to get rid of it.
No, they're bringing everyone. They're bringing the nickel back if he's in there. They're going man up. They're just having their athletes try to beat Massillon's athletes, and it's just not working out for them right now.
Wesley Kerr, the long snapper. Good snap. Burley with the kick, a high one. Malone back at his 7. He'll run it to the 10. Out to the near sideline and out of bounds. Out across the 25-yard line. Tigers looking for a penalty. Let's see where they spot the ball. About the 28-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers, with 5:05 to go in the first half. They lead 14-7. They'll spot the ball on the 26-yard line. Owen set up to the right of his quarterback in the pistol, Patterson. The junior takes the snap, hands it off. Owens tries to bounce outside to the right, but he's brought down for a loss. Tackle by Clint Stover back inside the 25 and the 24. That'll be a loss of a couple on the play.
Second down and 11 for the Tigers. Correction, second down and 12.
One out to the right, 2 to the near side. Wing near side left. Owens out of the backfield as a receiver, and the pass is tipped, but he caught it with one hand and brings it up to the 24, 25, 26-yard line, and a late flag on the play as Owens is still down. Owens down on the 26, 27-yard line. He got hit low on that play, and we can't really see what's going on now as he's surrounded by about a half dozen people right in front of the Tigers sideline. We're stopped at 4:19 left in the first half. Massillon with a 14-7 lead. And the penalty flag was a hold against the Tigers, which will back it up to the 14-yard line. Instead of 3rd down and 10, I believe they're going to have a 3rd and 22. Right now, the focus is on Xavier Owens, who is being helped to his feet and walking off under his own power.
It's good to see.
Limping on the left leg.
I don't know if the ball was tipped or not. It was an odd play all the way around, and he kind of caught it odd and never really gained his footing. Couldn't really get his head upfield to see what was going on, and by then he was surrounded by big Walnut players.
Yeah, so they pass up the 3rd and 10, and they take a 2nd and 21 on the 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle, McMullen to the 18. Tackle on the play by Landon Doan, 220-pound defensive lineman. Spot him on the 17. So 3rd and 19 here for the Tigers. They lead 14-7, 3.5 to go in the first half. Patterson, 3 to the right, 1 to the near side, 1 in the backfield. They look to the sideline for the play, still 10 on the play clock. Takes the snap, hands off, McMullen up the middle. And he's to the 25, to the 30, and he's free down the near sideline. 40, 50, cuts back, 40, 30, trips, and goes down on the 13-yard line.
It's going to come back here.
Got 2 flags on the field. Back down at the 30 and at the 40. There are 2 flags on the field. Holding against the Tigers. No, there's 3 flags on the field. 1 back behind the line of scrimmage. Couldn't see that one.
I'm trying to think, unless he just
that might be a sideline warning for that one.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't. I don't know if we've seen the Tigers with a holding penalty all season. At least not more than 1 or so in a game. So either they're having trouble getting the blocks on the big Walnut offense tonight, or defensive line tonight, or the officials are just calling it a little tighter.
Or you see him in white jerseys easier.
I suppose you're right. Or they've been doing it all season and nobody's been calling it. That could be. Ball on the 15 now. Let's see. Let's take stock once again. Back on the 15. They have to go to the 36. So it's 3rd and 21. And there you saw them just on a 3rd and very long play, just hand the ball off up the middle and would have had a 1st down easily. It ended up being a huge gain, but it got called back. Patterson back to throw, steps up, now rolls to his right, and he's going to get to the 20, out to the 23-yard line on the far side, and he's down there. So that'll be far short of the 1st down, and we have a stoppage with 2:35 and a timeout called by Big Walnuts. We'll take it with 2:35 to go. 14-7 for Massillon. Take a timeout. You're listening to High School Playoff Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92. 2:38 to go in the second quarter from Zanesville. Here on Q92 and the Q92 Radio Sports Network. Massillon with a 14-7 lead on Big Walnut in this Region 7 final. Tigers will be forced to punt from their 23 if they choose to. Good snap. And it's blocked. Kicked out of the air. And it will be run in for the touchdown, but flags are down. The man who picked up the fumble out of the air, or the block punt out of the air, was going to go down at the 5-yard line. He tried to lateral to a teammate, but he ended up lateraling it forward. So instead of being down at the 5, they're going to be penalized here for an illegal forward pass. And let's see where the ball ends up. It will be Big Walnut football, I believe inside the 20, but let's see. Second punt problem for the Tigers tonight. That's really the only thing that's gotten Big Walnut in good field position. Illegal forward pass. Line of scrimmage would be the 6. So they move him back to the 11. It's a 5-yard penalty. And a first down and 10 for Big Walnut from the Massillon 11. Big Walnut for the second time in the RG Drake red zone thanks to a Tiger problem on a punt. Man goes in motion left. Burley gets the handoff up the middle to the 10, to the 5, still battling, and he's finally put down at around the 5-yard line. Clock still running, 2:20 to go in the first half. Tackle by Braylon Gamble, and they put it on the 6 actually, so it'll be a 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Golden Eagles looking for the tying touchdown. Massillon had a long run called back moments ago by a holding penalty. Stumped in the backfield. Burley comes in motion, fake to him. Quarterback trying to run, he's to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Amazing move in the backfield. Joseph Carter got in there and had him dead to rights, but a hop to the right, a skip back to the left, and a touchdown run for quarterback Eli Stump, and we're a point from a tie.
Yeah, they faked the jet sweep coming this way to the Massillon sideline and run the counter to the quarterback. They kick out the end, and he just gets up underneath it. Nice kick out block. I'm not sure who made the kick out block, but nice move to get back up underneath it and scores.
Brody Hatfield is the holder. Snaps a little high, kick down, on its way. Good. 1:50 to go in the first half. Our score now, Massillon 14, Big Walnut 14. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Big Walnut getting ready to kick off. Owen Piles will kick it off. Golden Eagles run up to the ball and then stop and go back to their regular positions. They were all bunched in close to the kicker. Piles, a sophomore, just tied the score with the extra point. Hits this one pretty well down to about the 7-yard line. Malone to the 20, to the 24-25, where he's twisted down there by Drew Harris for Big Walnut. And a 1st and 10 for Massillon. They have all 3 timeouts left, and they have 1:44 to go 75 yards. Of course, we know they can do it in one play. Oh, there's another flag on the field over at the 21-yard line. So that'll back them up to the 11. Didn't see that one.
I didn't either.
There's a sheen on the field tonight thanks to all the rain. So if the flag is on the other side of the field, it's kind of hard to see against the shiny turf. 1st and 10. Xavier Owens not in there. McMullen is in the backfield, and he has a hole up the middle. Bounces off a tackler and fighting forward to the 19-yard line. He's seen as the smaller back at 5'11", 195, but he is able to push the pile as well and run through some tackles, and the Tigers take a timeout with 1:33 left in the half, a Friends and Family Credit Union timeout. It's time to bring a friend into the family, and we have a minute 33 to go before halftime.
I think Big Walnut called that timeout. I don't know if I'd call a timeout right now. I think I'd be happy.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Going to the locker room tied 14-14.
You're right. That is their second.
Unless they're trying to make an adjustment. They saw something they didn't like on that last play.
Teams come back out from the timeout with the Tigers in a 2nd and a long one, maybe 2 yards from their 24-yard line. Ball gets away. Patterson has to go back and get it. Back on the 9-yard line. So another self-inflicted wound there for Massillon. Backs him up inside their own 10. It'll be 3rd down and 11, and another timeout here as Big Walnut takes their last one.
Like I said, I'd call a timeout that last play because you knew they were going to snap the ball over the quarterback's head. Now this is a smart timeout when you got him behind the sticks, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah.
I was with you on that last one. We've seen the Tigers be able to break off big plays and make you sorry. You tried to save time. It worked out for them there. Well, let's see what happens on 3rd and 11 with a minute 30 left in the half. We're tied at 14. Halftime we'll have news. We will have first half statistics, and we'll also have see if we can run down some other playoff scores from around the state coming up at halftime, which is a minute 30 away. Giorgio Jackson, Ramir Jackson both go out wide to the far side, right of the offense. William Himes, a wing right. McMullen to the left of his quarterback in the pistol. Quick throw far side, caught by Giorgio Jackson, and he's dragging tacklers out to the 18-yard line. Nearly picked that up. It'll be 4th down and 3 on just a quick throw out to the right. Every one of these Tigers goes forward after they're hit. Every one of them.
Yep, that forward lean, that yards after contact. Just strong kids, every one of them. Just strong individuals, that's for sure.
15 on the play clock. Tigers trying to get lined up to punt, and they don't have anybody to snap the ball out there at this point.
Coach is waiting to call a timeout here. He's going to let the clock run down the play clock here.
So he calls timeout with 1 on the play clock. 42.8 on the game clock. So the Tigers take their first Friends and Family Credit Union timeout.
Coach Moore might have sent the long snapper to the bus already. You never know. He might have just recruited one from the stands. I'm not sure. The last one wasn't. I don't think the snapper. No. It looked like it was a good snap. It was on time. I don't have a stopwatch on it, but it looked like it was a good snap. He just came off the edge quick.
Yeah, that was just a big rush.
Yeah, it looks like they're lined up a little bit different. They're widened out, so now you're taking a few more out of the box, so they're not going to be able to come with as many. It did look like Big Walnut was lined up, bringing pressure. They didn't have anybody back.
So Rasmus Haynes to punt it for the Tigers. Sophomore. Had a snap sail over his head, leading to the first Big Walnut touchdown, and had a punt blocked, leading to the second Big Walnut touchdown. Good snap back, kick on the way. There it goes, a high floater. Fair catch called for and taken on the Tiger 42-yard line by Brody Hatfield. So Big Walnut set up here, but they have no timeouts and only 37 seconds. Field goal wise this year, they're 2 for 4. Sorry, they are 3 for 6. Owen Piles 2 for 4. As long as 34, and Jake Neff is 1 for 2, also a 34-yarder. So they need about 20 yards here to get in that range. They're on the 42, 1 out to the left, 3 to the near side. Stump the quarterback, and the Tigers take their second timeout here with 37 seconds. Down from the sideline, Ryan Bevere says Xavier Owens is ready to come back in the game. See if he's back in the first half, or we'll have to wait till the second half. He's walking around on the near sideline. Looked like a left, maybe ankle injury, maybe a knee, but he's walking around and looks okay.
That's good to hear. I want to be full strength here.
So Big Walnut with a 1st and 10 on the Massillon 42. 37 seconds left in the first half. Big Walnut out of timeouts in a tie game. Stump back to throw. Rush coming. Throw down the middle. It's caught at the 30-yard line. A first down. Hatfield with the catch. He's tackled immediately by Braylon Gamble. Golden Eagles to the line of scrimmage, and he spikes it with 26.7. So a good pass and catch over the middle to get the first down. They got up and got the quarterback under center. He spiked the ball, stopped the clock. Golden Eagles with no timeouts. And it'll be 1st and 10. They'll go with 2 receivers each way. Burley, the running back, in the backfield. Now they bring a man in motion. Stops and goes back the other way. Back to throw. Throw out to the far side. It's caught to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds. That's Hatfield again. Put him on the 21. That's 9 yards. 2nd and 1 with 21 seconds.
Yeah, Hatfield had me scared there. He took off to the middle of the field, and I think he probably heard his whole bench said, get to the sideline, get out of bounds, but he did a great job doing there.
Yeah, I mean, that's maybe 10 more seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
By the time they get up there and maybe spike it again. From the 21. 1st and 10. 21 seconds left in the half of a tie game. Stump in the pistol. Burley to his left. Back to throw. Looks middle. Throws. Caught at the 11-yard line.
On the ball. Get on the ball. Great job getting the ball to the official.
Clock stops on the first down with 16 seconds. Stump again will get under center. Gets him set and spikes it with 12.8. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 11 for Big Walnut.
Something that helped Big Walnut out there, when he gave the ball right to the official like he should, he dropped the ball, which this clock won't start till he gets the ball set. So he dropped it, fumbled the ball, so it actually gave him a few seconds to get on the ball. It actually helped Big Walnut out there.
10 on the play clock as they come to the line of scrimmage, and the Tigers call a timeout. Nate Moore running down the sideline. Called a timeout. The Tigers' last timeout.
They were going to go to their big tight end over on this side, and I think Coach saw that too. The mismatch they wanted.
I don't know if somebody yelled that down from the box or just to see that from the sideline. That's pretty aware coaching right there.
Well, they kind of gave it away too. They gave hand signals. They haven't been doing hand signals. All of a sudden, you've seen both of the quarterback and the tight end give the hand signal, so they knew they had to mismatch. And I think they probably saw that. And
no rain right. Yep, well, maybe there is a little drizzle
kind of
falling
mist,
right now. We had some heavy rain a couple of times just before kickoff and in the first quarter. It's been a drizzly, dreary, chilly night. So it could be much worse at this time of the year, I guess. Of course, we're undercover, so.
They got it lined up different now. The big tight end over on the left hand.
You got 2 out to the left, the tight end in the slot, and 2 to the near side. Stump in the pistol. Burley to his right. Back to throw. Rush coming. Heaves it to the end zone near side and incomplete, out of bounds as the rush got into the backfield and forced the quarterback to get rid of that ball early for the Tigers. Samuel Dosas forced that, and I think we might have a field goal attempt here with 7.6 left in the half. And we'll see which kicker it is for Big Walnut to try what looks like it's going to be a 28-yard field goal.
Coach Moore's been on the officials about something they've been doing on their extra points and field goals. Let's see what it is.
Owen Piles is the kicker. He's 2 of 4 on the season. 34 is his long. This is a 28-yarder from the left hash mark. Good snap. Ball down. A line drive kick on its way, and it is good. With 4.2 seconds to go in the first half, our score is now Big Walnut 17 and Massillon 14. Tigers able to hold on defense there and keep the Golden Eagles out of the end zone. And Big Walnut will try to run off 4.2 seconds and keep the Tigers 3 points behind going into the locker room. Again, at halftime, we'll have news. We'll have first half statistics. And we'll also look at other playoff games from around the state. Of course, all eyes on the big Walsh Jesuit Akron-Hoban game taking place where? Bedford.
Bedford High School.
Bedford,
Yeah.
of course.
That's an odd location for that ball game, but
Well, that's a neutral site, that's for
yes,
sure.
that is for sure.
Here is Piles running up to kick off, and he does, and he bangs it on the ground, and it bounces into the 10-yard line. Malone a little trouble picking it up, and he brings it up to the 20, 25-yard line to the 26, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So the teams head to the locker room. And nothing has been decided so far in this Division II Region 7 final. Winner goes to the state semifinals. And after 2 periods of play from Zanesville, our score is the Big Walnut Golden Eagles 17 and the Massillon Tigers 14. Let's send it back to the studios again for news. We'll have other scores and we'll have first half statistics from this one when we come back. Again, our halftime score is Big Walnut 17, Massillon 14. You're listening to high school playoff action presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members. With a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. 3 people are now charged in the deadly shooting of 18-year-old Elijah Wells of Akron during a birthday party in Bath Township. State and local officials announced the arrests today, saying investigators identified the suspects through ballistics and witness interviews. Charged are 18-year-old Derquan Edwards, 19-year-old Jashawn Stewart, and a 16-year-old boy, each facing murder and felonious assault counts with firearm specifications. Wells was shot 8 times, and 9 others were injured in the November 2nd incident, which drew up to 300 people. The Summit County prosecutor says more charges are possible as the investigation continues. The Highway Patrol is investigating a single-vehicle crash in Carroll County that claimed a man's life. 53-year-old Gregory Sevets of Carrollton died at the scene Thursday afternoon. The patrol says he was driving a pickup truck on State Route 524 in Fox Township around 3:25 when the vehicle first went off the left side of the road and hit an embankment. It then crossed both lanes, left the road again, and struck a sign, mailbox, and railroad tracks before coming to a stop in a driveway. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Fox Township firefighters, Bergholz EMS, and other crews responded. Deputies in Summit County say foul play is not suspected after a body was found in a wooded area in Greene Wednesday afternoon. The sheriff's office was called to Mayfair Road just before 5, where the 32-year-old was pronounced dead. He was later identified as Sean Burleson of Malvern. The major crime scene unit, patrol deputies, and detectives all responded. The sheriff's office is still investigating. A months-long process has ended with former Mahoning Valley Congressman Tim Ryan saying he will not run for governor next year. The only announced Democrat candidate is former State Health Director Amy Acton. Republican businessman Vivek Ramaswamy is the presumed GOP candidate. Ryan had gone past his September 30th deadline to make a decision. He earlier said doubts over his ability to raise enough money would be the main factor in keeping him out of the race. A Massillon man is accused of impersonating a police officer during a Thursday traffic stop. 32-year-old Nathan Henry allegedly handed Massillon officers what he claimed was a Jackson Township police ID card and said he had worked for the department for 7 years. Court records state Henry does not work for any law enforcement agency and was also suspected of driving under the influence at the time. He's now charged with impersonating a peace officer. His arraignment is scheduled for Monday in Massillon Municipal Court. A Wellsville man has been sentenced in a September 2024 murder investigation. 42-year-old Brandon Kessler received 3 years in prison today in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court after pleading guilty to obstructing justice and tampering with evidence. Prosecutors say he gave false information during the investigation of the shooting death of 30-year-old Robert Heron. Kessler will serve both counts concurrently. 35-year-old Gino Wall of Steubenville was convicted in September of aggravated murder and sentenced to life in prison. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Ohio will build a major new first responder training facility in East Palestine, a $20 million project funded by Norfolk Southern and run through Youngstown State University. Governor Mike DeWine, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other state and local leaders announced the upgraded plan, which will provide training for fire, police, and EMS, including hazardous materials response. The facility will also offer fire science and workforce education programs for YSU students, with East Palestine first responders getting priority access. The exact site for the new center will be announced later. Youngstown police are investigating a Thursday night shooting that left a man wounded on the city's south side. Officers were called just before midnight to East Judson Avenue and Rush Boulevard after a gunshot sensor alert. When police arrived, they found a car that had crashed. A short time later, they located the driver and another man who was with him and learned the victim had been shot in the back while driving. Detectives say neither man is cooperating with the investigation. The victim is being treated at St. Elizabeth Health Center. The transfer of Eastern Gateway Community College's former Steubenville campus is one step closer after Youngstown State University trustees approved a resolution to take ownership of the property. The plan allows YSU to accept about 13 acres from the Jefferson County Commission, including the old EGCC campus building and parking lots. The action stems from a settlement and transfer agreement signed in September after Eastern Gateway ended instruction last year and officially closed on September 30th. Federal records show Insight Hospital and Medical Center Trumbull is still not Medicare accredited, even though local and state leaders had said otherwise. A public report on CMS.gov lists the hospital as out of compliance with several Medicare conditions, including patient rights, governing body requirements, and discharge planning. The finding contradicts earlier statements from Senator Bernie Moreno and Trumbull County Commissioner Rick Hernandez, who both believed accreditation had been restored. Insight says it continues accepting Medicare and Medicaid patients. WFMJ-TV reports Hernandez called the update surprising and disturbing. Lordstown may be in line for a multi-billion-dollar boost. Reuters reports that SoftBank plans to invest $3 billion to retool the former General Motors plant. The facility would build equipment for OpenAI's next-generation AI data centers, part of the company's Stargate project. A SoftBank affiliate bought the plant in August, and in September, the site was named as one of 5 new AI data center locations nationwide. Local leaders are already calling the potential investment transformational. The Youngstown-Warren Regional Chamber of Commerce says it shows strong confidence in the Valley's workforce and its ability to support major technology projects. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game right after the forecast from 3 News meteorologist Mark Johnson. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
Grab the umbrella for the overnight. Some widely scattered rain showers, otherwise cloudy, 38 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny skies, dry and chilly, 47. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, wishes the best of luck to Stark County student athletes this fall, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Zanesville Sulzberger Stadium. It is 47 degrees. Right now it is not raining. A little bit of fog hanging around the lights. And the Massillon Tiger Swing Band has already finished up their program. They're the visiting team tonight as the lower seed. The Big Walnut Band just getting ready to go, facing the opposite direction. So we won't hear them as well as we might. We have a halftime score with the Big Walnut Golden Eagles leading the Massillon Tigers 17-14. And first of all, let's look at the first half statistics in this one. First downs were in favor of the Tigers, 10-8. They had 157 yards rushing, 20 yards passing for 177. Big Walnut 37 on the ground, 44 through the air for 81. Penalties in the first half, Massillon 7 for 70 yards. And Big Walnut 3 for 32. Time of possession in favor of the Tigers, 14:41 to 9:19 in that first half. For Massillon, Xavier Owens, 17 carries, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He went down with an injury late in the half. Though we were told by Ryan Bevere on the sideline that he said he was good to go, and he was up walking around on the sideline just before halftime. Anthony McMullen, 8 carries, 35 yards, though he had a very long run called back by penalty in the second quarter. Manny Patterson ran it 2 times for 12 yards. Patterson passing in the first half, 2 of 4 for 20 yards. Xavier Owens caught 1 for 11. That's the play on which he was injured on a swing pass, and Giorgio Jackson caught 1 for 9. For Big Walnut, Nolan Burley, their 2,000-yard rusher on the season, 10 carries, 42 yards in the first half. He had a long of 15. Eli Stump throwing the ball. He was actually 3 carries for -5 in the first half. Some sacks thrown in there. He did have a 6-yard run for a touchdown. Eli Stump passing 5 of 11, 44 yards and 1 score, though he did have a couple of really nice completions on the drive that led to the field goal before halftime. Brody Hatfield leading the receivers for the Golden Eagles, 3 catches, 24 yards and a touchdown. Dallas Beal 1 for 10, Gavin Harrington 1 for 10. Punting tonight, Rasmus Haynes for the Tigers, 3 punts, 20.3 average. Had 1 blocked, and he had a snap go over his head as well. Nolan Burley punted 3 times, averaged 34.7. Put 1 down inside the 20-yard line. Tackles for the Tigers, leading the way, Jaden Williams with 5, Braylon Gamble with 3. Eli Helton has 6, TJ Miner 4 to lead the way for the Golden Eagles, who scored first. Eli Stump throwing to Brody Hatfield. A 3-yard pass. That came with 8:36 left in the first quarter. The kick was good by Piles, and it was 7-0, a 3-play, 5-yard drive after the bad snap on the punt. The Tigers came back to take the lead on the first play of the second period on a 29-yard touchdown run by Xavier Owens. Teo Herrera added the kick. 10-play, 83-yard drive, 4:44 off the clock. It was 7-7. About 3.5 minutes later, Owens went for 44 yards. 3-play, 64-yard drive. Herrera's kick made it 14-7. That was a 1-minute drive. After the blocked punt, Big Walnut went 6 yards in 2 plays. Stump carrying it in for the touchdown. Piles added the point. It was 14 all. And then Big Walnut forced Massillon to punt from deep in their own territory. Took over on the 42, drove it down to the 11, and then Piles kicked a 28-yard field goal with 4 seconds left in the half. And that put us at 17-14, where we are right now. It is a big night of high school playoff football action around the state. What else do you have? Just go on down the list. It doesn't. We're at a few enough number of teams where you could just name them all at this point.
Yeah, it looks like next week the winner of this game gets the winner of this one. Trotwood Madison against Cincinnati Anderson. It's Anderson up second quarter, up 14-13. Then Tippecanoe Red Devils are up over the London Raiders 7-6. St. Elder Panthers are up on St. Xavier 27-21. That's the one at Cincinnati Bengal Stadium. They said there's going to be over 20,000 people at that game tonight. St. Henry is up on Marion Local at halftime 18-7. McDonald Blue Devil is up on Mogador. That's who beat East Canton last week, 21-14 at half. Coldwater is up on the Anna Rockets, 8-6 at halftime. At halftime, the Kirtland Hornets are up on the Garaway Pirates, 14-0. That one's at Louisville High School. At halftime, Indian Lake and North Union Wildcats are tied 7-7. At halftime, Wheelersburg is up on Nelsonville York Buckeyes, 24-0. At halftime, Liberty Center Tigers are up on Genoa, 31-0. Second quarter, Cardinal Mooney is up 28-14 on Girard. Halftime, Indian Hill Braves up on Valley View Spartans, 19-14. At halftime, Indian Valley is up 14-0 on New Lexington. Halftime, the Glenville Tarblooders are up on the Perry Pirates, 28-7. Perry Pirates who beat West Branch last week. Halftime, Bishop Watterson, who's the only loss to this, the only team that beat, is up on Steubenville, 28-0. Sorry about that, my phone went blank. Toledo Central Catholics up 42-14 second quarter over Rocky River. CVCA is up 21-7 over Villa Angelo St. Joe's. Second quarter, 21-7. Avon's up 21-12 over Highland Hornets, 21-12 at halftime. And at halftime, Walsh Jesuit is up 14-7 over Hoban. Halftime, Olentangy Orange is up 14-7 over Pickerington Central. And let's see. Got the Wayne Middletown Middies halftime 0-0. So that's so we got so far. So the rest of them from last week.
All right. Well, very good. We will take another break here. The teams have not yet returned to the field. The Massillon kickers have come back out. And now I see a few of the Tigers starting to appear through the tunnel to the right of the bleachers across the way. Have not seen the Golden Eagles making their way out so far. So we'll come back. We have a 17-14 halftime score with Big Walnut leading Massillon. And as you say, the winner of this game will take on that Cincinnati Anderson winner. Sorry, I don't remember who they were playing. Was it Trotwood?
Trotwood, Madison, Cincinnati Anderson. Yep. Two familiar foes of each other. Yes.
Tigers beat Cincinnati Anderson down at historic Crew Stadium 2 years ago on the way to their state championship. And that game was not close. Tigers got 50 in that game against Cincinnati Anderson. But that team has stayed up at the top of Division II, and they're there again, and like they're a half away from again moving to a state semifinal. But long way to go there, long way to go here. The winner of this game would play the winner of that one, Cincinnati Anderson and Trotwood Madison. The winner of the Avon game would play the winner of the Hoban Walsh Jesuit game next week. So let's take another timeout here. We'll send it back to the studios. It is halftime from Zanesville. And Big Walnut leads Massillon 17-14. You're listening to high school playoff football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Both teams now have returned to the field here at Zanesville Sulzberger Stadium. We were here last year for the Tigers' win over Taze Valley in the regional semifinal. Back here for the regional final tonight. Big Walnut leads Massillon at the break 17-14. And a lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Tigers in the first half, besides the two botched punts. 7 penalties, including one that wiped out a huge gain by Anthony McMullen. So what do you say to the Tigers in the locker room?
Mentally, you just got to come back out and play sharp. You know, Defensive, they played well. All their points have been on, mental mistakes. Just come back out and play smart football, first of all, and even offensively, get rid of the penalties, getting behind the sticks. That's the only time they've stopped them. They've stopped themselves. They have no answer for the run game. Big Walnut does. We talked about at halftime there, that 3 points is because they had a bad snap and, got behind the six there on that 3rd and long. So it made them punt, and then they, had the bad punt. The punt went short and had a decent return, and they pick up a field goal, picked up the 3 points to go ahead. So, if you're watching the game without all the penalties, Massillon's dominating, on the stats, time of possession and everything, but that doesn't matter. It's a scoreboard at the end of the game that what matters. So got to clean up the penalties, do the right things, make the plays, and it's a big opportunity here. Big Walnut's going to get the ball here, start second half. You want a 3-and-out or at least, get the field position flipped, get back on offense, get some points, and get this ball game going and get cruising. We felt like after that, when they went up 14-7, you felt like they were in control, but just no rhythm, I guess, is the biggest thing, and just these penalties is what's doing it for them.
Yeah, 81 total yards in the first half for Big Walnut on 26 plays. The Tigers with 177 on 33 plays. And over 14 and a half minutes of time of possession to 9:19 for the Golden Eagles. Ryan Bevere down on the sideline tells us that Xavier Owens does plan to play in the second half. So Tigers will have that weapon back at their disposal. See him down there talking right now to a couple of teammates. So Massillon will kick off. They're wearing the white jerseys tonight, black numbers trimmed in orange, black pants with the orange and white stripes, the black helmet with the black face mask. Big Walnut in the black jerseys and pants, white numbers, red trim, and the red helmets with a white and black stripe across the tops, the black face mask. And Mateo Herrera will kick off for Massillon to start this second half. The Tigers have not been down at halftime. Since their loss to Football North Canada the week after they beat St. Edward. That was back on September 26th. Last time they were behind at halftime. They lost that game 34-2 to put them at 3-3 on the season. They haven't lost since. Two back deep for Big Walnut, standing on the 10-yard line. Nolan Burley is one of those. As Herrera comes up and boots it. Again, he kicks it short to the far side of the field. Taken on the short hop, 30. It's Burley who sidesteps a man and takes it out to the 35-yard line. Tigers have kicked it to the same spot every time tonight. One of the up men kicked it away from Burley. That time he came up and just took it himself on the short hop at the 30-yard line. They'll put him on the 34. They can protect the passer. They've got some good passing plays.
Yeah.
Big Walnut, but they've had trouble protecting it.
Yeah, they haven't found an answer for that yet. They've tried the sprint out and haven't picked up any blitz coverages yet.
On first down, Burley gets the handoff, runs left, hit, bounces off, still going, and goes to the far sideline to the 36-yard line. Tigers continue to gang tackle. Jaden Williams, one of those in on the stop for the Tigers. From the 36, 2nd and 8 for Big Walnut. 47 degrees at last check. Tight end right, tight end left. Receiver each way, one back. Eli Stump, the quarterback, in the pistol. Hands off to Burley up the middle. This time he's got room across the 40 and bumped down on the 46-yard line. And he'll move the chains. Not a huge hole there, but enough for the
Good enough for a first down, Eagles.
Junior running back to slither through. He's going to go to the sideline now. I don't know if he's shaken up. Looks like maybe a little bit. He goes down on a knee as he gets to the far sideline.
He doesn't have a real good forward lean. He likes running straight up and down, and that's not real healthy for a running back. You want a little bit of forward lean. Don't want to take all that contact.
2 tight ends, 2 receivers left. They'll hand it off again left. And room to run with a flag down. It's going to be Taquan Bunting running the ball. And it will be a holding call here against Big Walnut. The Tiger fans happy about that. That'll back it up to the Golden Eagle 37-yard line and set up a first down and 20. Not where the Golden Eagles want to be.
No, not behind the sticks for sure.
I don't guess anybody really wants to be in first and 20, but some teams are more of a disadvantage in that situation than others. Burley back in there at running back. He's behind his quarterback this time in the pistol. Tight end left, wing left, 2 receivers near side right. Hand off to Burley, again running left. He gets to the 40, spins off, and another flag from the referee behind the play. As the play ends on the 41-yard line, and that one's going to go against the Tigers, I believe.
This guy's getting his money's worth.
Didn't, I was blocked out on the call.
Hands to the face,
to the face, it looks like, yeah. The official pushed up under his chin.
You see this a lot come playoffs in all sports. They kind of call a little bit different. You know, I see it in basketball. They kind of let them play a little bit more in basketball, a little bit more physical in other sports. Sometimes football, it's, you know, you get a crew that's a little bit more technical on some of the calls. Tonight they're definitely a little bit more spot on the holding and hands to the face. I think we've had at least 3 hands to the face.
So it's still first down, but the ball's in the Tiger 49. So it's 1st and 6 for Big Walnut. 2 out to the left, 2 to the near side. Stump takes the snap, back to throw, sets, throws down the middle and incomplete. Low as the pressure came in. There's that man again. Say Sean Murray, who got in on the quarterback, forced a throw over the middle that came up short on the receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 6 now for Big Walnut on the Massillon 49. We're not quite 2 minutes into this third quarter. Big Walnut leading 17-14. Dallas Beal and Owen Pollock out to the left, 1 wide to the near side. On 2nd and 6, handoff. Burley up the middle, backing his way inside the 35, still going, and he's down to the 41-yard line. That was basically Nolan Burley against half the Massillon defense. And that was pretty impressive. They'll mark him at the 42, but it's still a first down for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, we were talking about Mark Edwards on the way down here. Kind of had glimpses of Mark Edwards, Larry Zonka, Riggins, old fullback running back there. Yeah, that was a strong run.
Burley listed at 6'1" and 195. 2 receivers out to the left. Wing to the near side, 1 back. Stumped in the pistol. Hands off to Burley, trying to run left. Hops over a man, 2 flags, 3 flags down on the play. The referee, the umpire, and the linesman on the far side all threw their flags at the same time. So let's see.
Let's say it was a chop block. It was thrown in there. If not, I don't know how you call a holding with all that. Yeah.
It is a chop block. Oh, it's a chop of some sort.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, I'm going to say the defense went in and chopped them.
Isaac Maxheimer went back to complain to the deep official. One of his teammates got in the way.
Yeah. Anytime anybody's engaged, you can't go low. So even if an offensive player is engaged on a defensive player and a defensive player goes in that offensive player, you can't engage on. So they must have seen something. It's probably a call they saw something at halftime, probably told the official to watch that. So that was definitely, they all saw it at the same time because all the flags came in at the same time. So that's a dangerous play. You got to watch that.
And it happened on the far side of the field, so
Yes.
it was obstructed from us. We really couldn't see what happened there. Tight end wing right, two receivers right. Tight end left, back to throw. Stump, gonna go deep, near side, down to the end zone, dropped. Brody Hatfield dropped it. 5 yards deep in the end zone. He had 3 steps on the defender. The pass was perfect. And the throw went right off the hands of Brody Hatfield. So the Tigers dodge a huge bullet there.
Yeah, you got to make that play. He hasn't had many opportunities to actually have enough time to make it. He had steps on him. You know, they've been running man coverage on him. He had to step and just drop the ball.
A perfect throw by Eli Stump.
Which is impressive because he's been taking shots all night. So to stand in there and deliver it.
2nd and 10, hand off to Burley, running left, cuts inside, 25, 20, sideline and out of bounds. Burley inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. That's a pickup of 14 and a big Walnut first down. 8:55 to go in the third period. Big Walnut on top, 17-14. They have had the ball since the opening of the third quarter. Nate Moore was all the way down the 15-yard line. The official over there told him back in the box.
Yeah, they already had their sideline warning. Next one will be a flag.
Wing left, tight end left, 2 receivers right. Now here comes Burley in motion out of the backfield. They fake the throw to him. Quarterback run, 10, 5, flag down. As the quarterback goes down at the 4. That one thrown by the back judge. So probably a hold there, and that one's coming back.
Yeah, I really like that call. They got all the motion coming towards the Massillon sideline, then they just run the quarterback backside. But they got a hold.
So that'll move it back to the 23-yard line, where it will again be 1st and 20. I'm going to say the Tigers have 10 penalties now, and the Golden Eagles maybe 7. This is the most flags we've seen in any game this year.
Yeah, it's starting to become an officials game. We'll let them play a little bit. You can call holding on every play if you really want to. And
play action, roll right, throw, catch the 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown. Hatfield makes up for the drop. Caught it on the 15-yard line on the near side. Cut back to the middle of the field.
We're going to say he's down.
Oh, he's down. He was down at the 1. My mistake.
I didn't even see him get tackled.
I didn't either.
I honestly did not see him get tackled. I thought he ran into the end zone too.
There was one defender there, and I thought he just bounced off of him and kept going.
So his knee must have hit. But no one's complaining on that sideline.
1st and goal on the 1. And it's a sneak. And it is no signal yet. Still no signal. He's 2 yards into the end zone. Now it is a touchdown. So Big Walnut uses the first 4 minutes of the third quarter to take it 66 yards and get it into the end zone. They got some benefit of penalties against Massillon, but they also had 2 of their own. 2 holding calls of their own on the possession.
You had a few things on that drive. What a great cutback by Hatfield on that catch. Just coming across the grains, what they call that, to get down to the 1, and then them getting on the ball right away so Massillon couldn't get set up and get into the end zone on a quarterback sneak, getting under center.
Piles hits the extra point. So there's a timeout on the field with 8:01 to go in the third quarter. It's now Big Walnut 24, Massillon 14. You're listening to high school playoff football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Christian Culler and Deontay Malone back deep to field this kickoff from Big Walnut. They have taken a 10-point lead here with 8 minutes to go in the third. But the Tiger offense will be back out there on the field as Malone fields the kickoff on the 10. Starts to his left. Now back up the middle to the 25, to the 30, 35, breaking tackles, still breaking tackles, trying to reverse his field, and he'll go down back on the 35-yard line. He gave up a couple of yards there late. Officials stepping in to try to extricate the players from each other along the near sideline. Populated by the Tigers. So Massillon will start in good field position on their 35 with a 1st and 10. Xavier Owens back in there at running back. He'll line up to the right side of his quarterback, Manny Patterson. No brace, no tape, no nothing on Xavier Owens. Tight formation. Tight end wing left, 3 receivers, and Owens up the middle. Waits for the block, takes a hit, and goes down on the 46-yard line. I believe that was Clint Stover in on the tackle. Put him on the 47, so 5 yards right up the middle for Xavier Owens, who had a huge first half, but went out late with an injury. And he's back in there. Himes, the wing back to the right. 2 receivers right, 1 to the near side. It's Owens again, running left, waiting, cuts back. He's across the 50 and he's gone.
Big answer there.
.58 yards and 2 plays. And the Tigers back within 4 as Herrera gets set for the extra point. How many times have we seen that in the past 3 or 4 or 5 years? A handoff up the middle ends up being a 50, 60, 70, whatever yard touchdown as Herrera adds the point. 7:09 to go in the third, 24-21 in favor of Big Walnut. Take timeout. You're listening to high school playoff football action presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Go back and relive all the action with Q92 Sports on SoundCloud. Whether it's high school or University of Mount Union football and basketball, we've got you covered from 2016 through today. Catch every thrilling game and heart-pounding moment anytime you want. Q92 Sports is your go-to for local sports action. Find us on SoundCloud at Q92 Radio, and don't forget to stream all of our games live on Friday night at Q92Radiosports.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Tigers getting ready to kick off after the 2-play drive. 2 hands off to Xavier Owens, the second one, going for 58 yards and a touchdown. So he's well over 200 yards in the game now.
Yeah, he looked like he was still limping coming back off the sideline. Imagine they have a bike underneath the tent down there. You want to keep his legs moving, keep him as fresh as possible.
He had 151 in the first half, so now 208 unofficially. Here's the kick, again high and short to the far side. Taken on the 20, Burley 30, Burley to the 34, 35-yard line. Gang tackled and thrown to the turf at the 34. And the big Walnut offense, which drove 66 yards for a touchdown on their last possession. Right back out on the field. Tiger defense didn't get much of a rest there.
No, not at all. Like I said, that was an impressive drive by Big Walnut coming out. You know, they needed that answer. They really took control there. But once again, Massillon, 2 plays, did what they've been doing really the whole game besides just shooting themselves in the foot. Just there's no answer defensively for Big Walnut.
2 tight ends, receiver each way. Now one lines up as a wing to the right and flexes back out to the right. Handoff, Burley up the middle, and he's not going very far. They'll spot him on the 36. So a 1-yard gain. He's the same way though. If they could get him a little seam right up the middle on that similar play, he could go for a long way.
Yeah, he'll go for a long way. He doesn't have the breakaway speed, but yeah, he'll get those big chunks, like you said, you know.
Easy to see why he's been so successful his first 2 years. 2nd down and 9. Stump in the pistol. Burley to his right. And they'll run it again to the left. Burley breaks a tackle, dragging a tackler out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He was hit at about the 40 and kept things moving. And the Golden Eagles move the chains. We're at 6:16 left in the 3rd. They'll spot it right on the 45.
Yeah, you haven't seen one Massillon Tiger take him down yet. I mean, it's been definitely gang tackling, you know, to take him down. He's strong individual, that's for sure.
24-21, Big Walnut. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. 2 come to the near side right, wing left. Now they shift the tackle to the right. So they're unbalanced right and toss it right for Burley. Trying to get to the edge with a flag down, and another late flag down from the back judge. So one from behind the play, one from in front of the play. It was a 2-yard gain. So let's check the calls. Holding against Big Walnut is one flag. Is that both of them?
Yeah, he just
must be.
Yeah, he just spotted him as soon as you see the umpire throw it. He just throws it to make him look good. But that's a tough call. He called it on 24 there. He got the arm around him for a second, brought it right back. Like I said, you can call holding on every play in any level of football. That was a tough one.
So 1st and 20. They had this twice on their last possession and overcame it both times. Once after getting a Massillon penalty on the next play. Penalty yardage piling up for both teams in this one. 1st and 20 from their 35. Stump back to throw. 4-man rush, throw near side, catch on the 42, 43-yard line. And that will be the end of the road for Gavin Harrington, who has his 2nd catch of the night. Looks like they'll put him on the 43, so a gain of 8. Nice pickup on 1st down when you need 20. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, when he has time, he makes nice throws, and they're on the money. It just give him the time to make the throws.
2 out to the far side left, tight end and wing to the near side. Now Burley goes in motion out of the backfield. They look to him to throw, instead throw it behind Harrington, cutting in from the outside on the left. So that'll set up a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 12. 4:40 to go in the 3rd. Tigers trail 24-21.
What do they got here?
Not sure what's happening with 3 officials in a confab back around the 38-yard line. What's the old saying? Hey, we didn't come to watch you guys.
Yeah. Oh.
They've got most of the screen time here tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what this conference is. We don't have replay yet until the finals.
Should be 3rd and 12 on the 43. Let's see.
This guy's leaving. Maybe he had to go to the restroom.
Well, now we got an official going over to the group in the far corner. Some official-looking people over there outside the field of play on the far side, and I don't know if there's some activity in the stands or some abuse coming from the stands. I'm not sure. But we are in a stoppage right now with 4:40 to go in the third period. Big Walnut leading 24-21. Golden Eagles will have a 3rd and 12.
They hear a whistle, or I haven't heard anything. I mean, we've been here with the Tiger fans, nothing out of the ordinary.
Somebody on the sideline is yelling up to the stands, telling people to stop what you're doing. I'm not sure what they're doing. Haven't seen anybody going to the Big Walnut sideline to tell them to stop what they're doing.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Play football. That's
all right. Well, here we go. 3rd and 12 for the Golden Eagles. They got 5 on the play clock. They're still in the huddle.
Oh, you got to reset the play clock for them. There you go.
Yeah, there they go. Yeah, they reset it back to 20 now. 2 receivers each way. Stump back to throw. Blitz coming. He's in trouble and throws it incomplete for Burley. They sent somebody off the corner. You had to know they were coming.
Yeah.
In that situation, and Burley came to the near side, and the rusher ran right by him. And it'll be 4th and 12. Burley will kick it from about his 34-yard line. Malone back on his 20. Of course, Deontay Malone won the McKinley game with a punt return in the final 5 minutes of that one. Low snap, bounces back. Burley gets it away. High kick. Very high kick, and Malone up to take the fair catch on his knees on the 28-yard line. 35 yards on the punt, no return. What's that?
That should be a flag on Massillon. He handed the ball to the Big Walnut player, kind of taunting him. You call everything else. But 2 good special team plays there by the punter, getting that ball off the ground. That's a web ball, skipping like that, and a nice fair catch and coming up on that ball and not letting it bounce.
Patterson with Owens to his left in the pistol. He's going to throw it out to the right. It's a catch. And trying to get away and not getting away. The receiver will be brought down back at the 28-yard line. If they give him the 28, that would be basically back to the line of scrimmage, and that's where they'll put it. 4:10 to go in the third. Massillon trailing by 3. They'll have a 2nd and 10 on their 28-yard line. Giorgio Jackson out to the right. 2 to the near side. Wing left, Owens to the left of Patterson, who looks to the near side for the play. Now Big Walnut shift up on defense, and it's another pass. Rush coming from the outside. Patterson steps up, fires far side, broken up. On the Big Walnut 45, nice play over there by 24, Dallas Beal. Pass intended for Giorgio Jackson was on the money. Beal had overrun the play, it looked like, but he came back to get a hand on it. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers on their 28.
Yeah,
just hand it off up the middle.
I was just going to say, almost outthinking themselves here on this drive.
3 down linemen now for Big Walnut. It looked like they were set up to defend the pass. They're jumping around a lot. They do give it to Owens up the middle, and he's going to bust it out on the near side, and he's going to get a first down across the 40 and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So they pick up 12 on the 3rd and 10 after 2 incomplete passes, or 1 pass for no gain and an incomplete. So the line of scrimmage will be the 40. 3.5 to go in the 3rd. Tigers trailing by 3. Owens gets it again. Waits, goes up the middle, grabbed around the legs and taken down after a 4-yard pickup. Another tackle for Stover. Also Will Clausen getting off the bottom of the pile. 2nd and 6 here for Massillon as Owens comes out. And McMullen comes in. Set up to the left of his quarterback with a wing right, 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the near side. And the slot receiver for the Tigers leaves early. Nobody going to be disputing that call. It'll be a false start on Massillon, taking him back to the 39-yard line and setting up a 2nd and 11. And Owens comes back in. I don't know if there are any more of those brothers up there in Akron come down and run the ball for the Tigers. Between DeJuan and Xavier Owens. A couple of pretty good ones. Timeout for Massillon. Friends and Family Credit Union timeout. 2:38 left in the 3rd. Tigers lead 24. Tigers trail 24-21. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Massillon with a 2nd and 11 from their 39 here late in the 3rd period. It's a snap back to Owens, and he's hit and dropped for a loss. Owens lined up in the Wildcat, and they drop it back on the 36. So that'll be 3rd down and 14 on the 36-yard line. Now Owens coming out of the game, and McMullen back in.
It's a 3rd down and 14 for the Tigers.
Patterson with McMullen to his right. 3 receivers near side, 1 out to the right. 3rd and 14. Snap back. Back to throw. Patterson floats one down the middle. It's intercepted. To the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Still on his feet. Back to the 35. Back to the 32-yard line. Big Walnut with the interception. Brady Taylor came down with it. Don't know if he was hit on the throw, but that one floated down the middle of the field well short of the intended receiver, and now we have an injured Tiger down on the field.
Yeah, he took a shot. He took a shot right to his shoulder right as soon as he threw it. He didn't get anything into that ball, and it just fluttered on him.
Well, a big situation here with Big Walnut taking the interception. 2nd Tiger turnover. They'll start at the Massillon 34, I believe. Let's check this injured player. He's now up and hobbling off the field. Something to do with the right leg. That's McMullen. Back trying to make a tackle, apparently.
Yeah, who made that interception?
It was 24. No. Now I've lost it. Sorry.
That's okay. He had a nice return on that. He just kept on getting hit and spin.
It was Brady Taylor, 14.
Yeah. I'm on the sideline of Big Walnut. Just get down, don't want him to fumble it back there. But he held on to it and just kept on spinning off the tackle after tackle.
First down from the Tiger 33. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Back to throw. Looking deep, far side. It is caught at the 10-yard line. Gavin Harrington pulls it down.
Another great ball.
Tackle by Malone. It'll be first and goal on the 10-yard line. They're in the R.G. Drake red zone with 1:35. Clock running, third quarter. Big Walnut taking the punches, but coming back. 2 tight ends left this time. 2 receivers near side. They go with Burley. Running left, cutting back behind his line, pushing forward to about the 6. So he'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. We'll be under a minute when this snap is made. Second and goal on the 6 for Big Walnut. When they've been down here, they've been able to punch it in. They've just not been in plus territory very much tonight. They come to the line of scrimmage with 16 on the play clock. Wide out each way. Tight end left, wing left. Burley to the left of his quarterback, Eli Stump. Good snap, handoff. Burley trying to get outside to the right, and he can't do it. Somebody got him by the shirt. He's able to push back forward. He was going to be out by the 9, but he was able to get back to about the 7-yard line, so it's still a loss of a yard on the play. And it'll be third down and goal. Zayshawn Murray credited with the tackle. And that will be the last play of the third quarter. So the teams will go to the sidelines, and we'll get ready for quarter number 4 from Zanesville. Our score after 3, Big Walnut 24, Massillon 21. You're listening to high school football playoff action presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
With a third and goal on the 7, they fake the end around, back to throw, throwing for the back of the end zone, incomplete. Guess who was in the backfield for the Tigers? Zayshawn Murray. Fourth down. Let's see what Curtis Krager decides to do. He's going to send the field goal team on. So the Tiger defense stiffens. And it sets up another field goal attempt. Owen Piles hit from 28 at the end of the first half. This will be 24 in the middle of the field. Snap a little high, kick on the way, almost blocked, but he got it through there. Whew. Somebody came off the corner. I think that was Malone, and he almost got it. But the field goal is good with 11:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Our score now, Big Walnut 27 and Massillon 21. You have some playoff scores there.
Yes, I do. When it affects this game, Cincinnati Anderson's up 28-7 on Trotwood Madison, third quarter. Elders up 34-21 on St. Xavier. Mogador is down 42-21 to McDonald. Kirtland beat Garaway 21-7. Cardinal Mooney's up 41-14 third quarter over Girard. Indian Valley's up 34-0 on New Lexington. That's the fourth quarter. Glenville's up 35-7 over Perry. That's the fourth quarter. CVCA's up 35-7 third quarter.
Here's the kickoff, and it comes again to the near side of the field. Malone on the 10. Malone to the far side. Malone trying to bounce it to the outside, and he's going to be brought down at around the 27-yard line. Tackle on the play by Jackson Dews.
Dews, oh. Yes,
We're just talking about that.
Had me shivering.
253 to 181, the Tiger advantage in total yards through three quarters. 233 to 85 on the ground. The Tigers only 20 yards passing. Xavier Owens, 22 carries, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Nolan Burley, 18 for 89 for Big Walnut. Here we go. First play of the fourth quarter for the Tiger offense. And it is a handoff. And it is a very short gain out to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of a couple for Xavier Owens. Tigers now working from our left to our right as we watch them from the visitor side here at Sulzberger Stadium. Tigers look to the near side for the play. They have Jackson out wide to the left, Giorgio Jackson. They have a wing each way, one back. And it's Owens again, tries the left side, hit and stopped again. This time they'll get him right on the 30. Might get another yard on the play. Now it'll be third down. They had the heavy jumbo package in there, and it didn't get much for them. They had the extra tight end Logan Allman on the field. Now they bring in the 3 receivers and take out a lineman and both tight ends.
Third down and 7 for the Tigers.
Third down and 7.
Yeah, just got him around the feet. Couldn't make that cut back, that bounce cut there.
Patterson claps his hands, now looks to the sideline for the play. Owens switches to the right side of his quarterback. 2 receivers to each side. Handoff, Owens up the middle, 35, bounces outside, and there he goes again. He's to the 50 and out of bounds at the Big Walnut 46.
He's special.
25 yards. I've never ever seen a team that can do that. They can just go third and whatever, and what do we do on third and long? We hand it off up the middle, over tackle or over the center or wherever.
Yeah.
They're not all the same play.
No, it's its own run. What's nice is, they spread them out a little bit. You put your trips formation in there, you get them out of the box, and it gets 1 or 2 out of the box, and it just gives him more opportunity.
Handoff with a flag down, and running to the right for the Tigers is Christian Culler. McMullen went out injured earlier, but he's back in. Flag flew as the ball was snapped.
Yeah, we were due for one. We hadn't seen one in a minute.
Gone several plays without one. I don't know what that call is. The referee putting the hand to the back of his head.
I think we got our first snap infraction.
All right. I've not seen that signal before. But it's going to be a penalty against Big Walnut, I think. Asking Nate Moore what he wants to do. He says we'll take the penalty and move it to the 35. Again, the referee and another official talking it over.
Oh. I'm actually agreeing with Massillon fans.
I didn't hear what he said, but anyway, they move it down to the 36, so it'll be.
I don't believe they spotted that right, but we'll.
Is that? Did they give him the run and the penalty?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be either the play or the 5 yards from the spot.
Yeah, they marked the penalty from where the play ended, I thought. So another conference. It is Big Walnut 27, Massillon 21 with 10:14 to go in the fourth quarter from Zanesville. Oh my goodness.
I'll give you a Walsh Jesuits up 28-7 fourth quarter over Hoban. Olentangy Orange is up 33-7 over Pick Central. St. Ed's is up 14-7 over Menor fourth quarter.
Looks like they're going to leave the ball where it is. Now Curtis Krager is out halfway to the numbers on the far side to see what's going on. And now we have the referee went from one conversation now to another. Now there are 4 officials involved. This is poor officiating.
Yeah, especially this late in the.
We saw this last week where you asked if it might be an all-star crew where they take guys who have done well all season and put them together for the postseason rather than keeping a group together that's been together all year.
But the gentleman in the white hat should know the rule and should be fluent with the rule and should be. He's the one in control of it.
I honestly can't remember what happened on the play. I know
it was a snap infraction.
But the actual play itself.
It was a short run.
Yeah.
I know Owens was out.
It's going to be first and one. First and one here. So they gave him the play and the penalty.
Yeah.
I guess to discourage that kind of behavior. Here is back to throw. Patterson wants to go deep. Firing for the end zone, and it's too far and incomplete. I don't mind that call on first and one from the other team's 36-yard line. He threw that well over Giorgio Jackson, who was pretty well covered downfield.
Yeah, if you're going to go for the home run, go long with it, which he did.
So the Tigers not in a huddle, looking to the near side for the play. Jackson just now getting back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers get lined up, tight end right, wing left. They'll hand it to Owens, running right. And he's into the secondary, and he's tripped up from behind, or else it might have gone all the way. They got him on the 24-yard line, saving tackle by Landon Doan. So that's a 12-yard pickup and a first down on 2nd and 1. We're under 10 minutes to go in this one.
Like, give a shout out to the lineman, number 60, Marcus Gardner. Got himself a pancake. He drove his guy about 8 yards down the field and just pancaked him. Nice block by Marcus.
Owens up the middle. Gets a couple. 23-yard line. It's always funny that teams and fan bases that pride themselves on their physicality don't like it when somebody is physical with them.
No.
Leave our boys alone. Jackson out to the left on a 2nd and 9. Wing right, tight end left. 2 backs, one on either side of Patterson. They'll give it to the one trying to turn left, and McMullen is dropped for a loss. Back on the 26-yard line.
I would have gave it to the other one.
And I don't know why you wouldn't, just on every play, as long as he's physically able.
See, I like this formation, and I'm not. Coach Moore is one of the greatest coaches in the state, but get them spread out here. Get this. They got the twins in now.
2 receivers each way now, with Owens to the left of Patterson. And this has been a guaranteed 15 yards, basically.
Yeah,
3 down linemen. Owens up the middle, starts right, back to the left. Gets to the outside, and they bring him down on the 22, which will be about 7 yards short of the first down. He got about 4, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down and about 7 from the 22-yard line. Let's see, they put it on the 23, would be 4th. Oh, it's on the 22. So it's 4th and 7 for the Tigers. Trailing by 6 with 8 minutes to go.
The rain's starting to pick up here.
Owens to the left of his quarterback Patterson, who's going to throw. Back with time. Fires near side. It is knocked down at the goal line. had an interception on his hands, did Dallas Beal, but it popped off. But
no, I don't think you want to do that. I think they're knocking it down. Great heads-up play by 24. Great play.
The ball will come back out to the 22-yard line. So the Golden Eagles will have it with 7:40 to go, leading by 6. Tigers' long drive is turned away. As Patterson, through 3 periods, was 3 of 7 for 20 yards.
Yeah, just hasn't really had anything really open. They've had nice coverage tonight.
On 1st and 10. Handoff to Burley up the middle. Has a seam across the 30 and out to the 33-yard line. He lost the ball. Tigers say they have it. No signal yet, and they do. Big Walnut had everything they wanted there. They got a first down on a run right up the middle for Burley out to the 36, and he coughed it up. And the Tigers will get it right back. In plus territory, they'll put it down on the 35 with 7.5 to go.
Not mistaken, that's their first turnover, correct? Big Walnut's first really mental mistake of this ball game. Now Massillon needs to take advantage of it.
And here they come out with the big package again. Ullman will be the tight end to the left. Himes the wing to the right, receiver each way. Owens, handoff, running left, cuts back. He's to the 30, he's to the 29. And that is about a 6-yard pickup on first down. 7:15 to go. Massillon trailing by 6. They led 14-7 in the second quarter. Big Walnut came back to take the lead right before halftime, 17-14. They scored in their first drive of the second half to go up by 10. Massillon responded with a quick touchdown. Big Walnut with a field goal to lead by 6. Owens up the middle to the 15, close to a first down. I think he has it. Sorry, the 25-yard line. Picked up 4 on the play. Owens now coming out. He had carried the ball 22 times through 3 quarters, so he's at about 28 or 30 now. Receiver each way, tight end and wing to the right. McMullen to the right of Patterson. Now the man comes in motion. They hand him the ball. It's Malone trying to get around the corner, tripped up from behind on the 21. Brought down on a nice tackle by Eli Helton. 6:10, clock running. Second down and 7 for the Tigers on the Big Walnut 22.
Thought Malone was up to something. I saw him taking his gloves off when he checked in there, and that's usually a sign of a halfback pass or something, but no.
Malone will line up as a receiver to the near side. Giorgio Jackson out wide to the left. Tight end right, wing left. It's Owens up the middle. Somebody's helmet came off as Owens goes inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's a Massillon helmet, about 5 yards behind the play. And it belongs to Kevin Elliott, the 270-pound junior lineman. So he'll have to come out for a play. Ball on the 19, 3rd down and 4. Again, Jackson out wide to the left. Tight end right, wing left, 2 backs, 1 on either side of quarterback Patterson. Owens gets the handoff up the middle, pushing his way forward, and I don't know, I think he's a little short. They'll spot him on the 16, and it'll be 4th down again for the Tigers, 4th and 1 on the 16, and we're going to be under 5 minutes when this next play gets underway. 27-21, Big Walnut. Same formation. Everybody in tight, 1 receiver out wide left. Tigers look to the near sideline for the play. Plenty of time on the play clock. Patterson takes the snap. And McMullen up the middle, first down to the 14. Clock stops with 4:45 to go. Tigers move the chains. Down 6, but in the R.G. Drake red zone. From the 14, 1st and 10. Owens hit at the line, falls forward to about the 12 or 13-yard line. Nice hit. That was one of the few times we've seen him go down on the first hit.
Yeah, tackle came unblocked there. I don't know if he just stunned. Someone didn't pick that stunt up, and he came in and hit him from behind. Great tackle.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9, 4 minutes to go. Tigers on the 13. This time it's McMullen up the middle, and he's brought down on the 10-yard line. Picks up 3 more. Clock ticking away.
McMullen looks a little fresher right now, which is understandable.
Big Walnut with 3 timeouts remaining. Time ticking away here. They're down to 3.5 minutes. If the Tigers score, there's not going to be much time left. 3rd and 6 on the 10. 2 backs. Jackson, the receiver, near side. Wing right. Tight end to the far side. Handoff. Owens up the middle. Bottled up. Able to fall forward to about the 8-yard line. And another 4th down here for the Tigers. It'll be 4th down. And about 3 or 4.
Say a good 3, maybe 4 yards here.
Ball is on the 8-yard line. 2:50 to go. Clock continuing to run. Tigers, 4th and 3. Down 6 points. Handoff. Owens hitting the backfield.
No.
And let's see. If they stopped him on the 6, he didn't make it. Somebody got penetration into the backfield. Made Owens try to cut back. He slipped and went down on the 6-yard line. 2:39 to go. Big Walnut will take over on downs with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, he made a great cut, just couldn't keep his feet. Did all he could, and about a half a yard short.
So from their own 6 now, Big Walnut with a 1st and 10. They had it out at the 22 and got about a 15-yard run, but then fumbled it away on their last possession. Tigers with 2 timeouts remaining. Eli Stump under center. Turns, gives to Burley, up the middle. And he's pushing and pushing and pushing. Still going out to about the 11-yard line, and Massillon takes a timeout, their 2nd Friends and Family Credit Union timeout. It's time to bring a friend into the family. Big Walnut will have it 2nd down and 5 on their 11-yard line. So they got 5 going right up the middle there.
Yeah, still plenty of time here with another timeout. They can get the ball back and big play away, but got to get off the field here. Got to get.
Will 1 first down do it?
No.
Not quite?
Not quite. Be real close. Makes it a lot tougher, that's for sure.
Yeah. 27-21, Big Walnut, 2:31 to go. Golden Eagles with a 2nd and 5 on their own 11-yard line. They've stopped Massillon twice on 4th down here in the 4th quarter. They had Stump under center on the last play in their own end from the 6, and he'll go under center again. He's done it before tonight. They haven't run every play out of the pistol. This time they go with the I formation. Give to Burley, running right, bounces off the pile, trying to push him ahead, and they push him to about the 8, and Nate Moore takes his last time out with 2:25 to go. Do you dare put the ball in the air here?
Yeah, absolutely not. So they'll probably go long.
Where's your pioneer spirit? They got it at the 8, so it'll be 3rd and 2 with 2:25 to go. Tigers out of timeouts. Big Walnut with all 3 of theirs. Winner will likely take on Cincinnati Anderson. Well, I don't know. I was going to say likely in Columbus. We'll see if the Columbus area team wins, where they would put that game. Maybe in Dayton?
Maybe. I heard someone said earlier it was going to be a Columbus Crew for sure, but
hey, you've reserved it, you might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
Winner of this game will be regional champions, so there will be an award ceremony after the game, I'm reminded.
Yeah, Anderson's up 28-7, third quarter. That's the latest.
Well, here we go. 3rd down and 2. You got to know who's going to get the ball here, or you think you do. This time they come out with the quarterback in the pistol, wing left, 2 receivers right. 3rd and 2. Handoff to Burley, trying to get outside, and he will not get close. He'll go down in the backfield, back on the 8-yard line. So he loses.
Yeah, try to run the outside zone. That's one of those plays that you can read as a quarterback. We saw that in the Menor game where at the end the quarterback read and made that big play of 20-some yards.
4th and 9 now for Big Walnut from their 8-yard line. So very precarious position here. They're going to let the clock run down. We're at 1:45, 8 on the play clock. And Curtis Krager will call a timeout when the play clock gets to 1, and that will stop the game clock with 1:38 to go. Big Walnut will be punting out of their end zone. So I'm guessing the Tigers are going to get the ball no worse than the 40 with no timeouts and 1:38 to go.
Yeah, plenty of time for them. Plenty of time. Plenty of time even, you can still run the ball.
Right. Well, we'd hope for a good one, and we got one here tonight. Both of these teams have blown out their first 2 playoff opponents. In fact, Big Walnut had shut out their last 2 playoff opponents. They'd only given up 13 points in their last 5 games. So a confident defensive bunch.
We've got the rain coming down a little bit heavier now. It's not really even a rain, just a good mist.
Steady drizzle whatever you want to call it.
Sprizzle. All right.
At least it's not grapple.
Yes.
All right, Burley will punt from his end zone. He'll hit it from a yard or so deep. It's 4th and 8, so don't have to worry about a fake or anything like that. So you would anyway. Here comes the punt. It is a driven kick to the far side. Malone gets it. Did he fall down? Yes, he did. They're calling him down at the 43-yard line. The gunner on the far side of the field came up and made Malone field the ball and make a move at the same time. It was Brady Taylor who had the interception earlier. So that could be a big play that keeps the ball outside the 40-yard line with 1:30 to go, and the Tigers down by 6. No timeouts remaining.
But a great play by Malone by fielding that ball, because if he didn't field that, that would have taken a hop, and it could have really, really taken a nice hop for Big Walnut. Here we go.
2 receivers each way, 1 back. Patterson back to throw. Quick one far side. It is bobbled, but caught by Malone. He'll go out of bounds on the 39. So that's a 4-yard pickup. 1:26 left in the game. 27-21, Big Walnut. It's time 1 out to the left, 3 to the near side. Patterson looks to the near side for the play. Owen shifts over to his left. Again, you could still run it here. Gonna throw though. Patterson back, being rushed, steps up. He's hit and he's dropped. He fumbled. I think the Tigers got it back on the 44.
You gotta get on the ball. You gotta get back. You gotta get back, wideouts. You gotta get back, wideouts.
1:13 to go. Clock running. It'll be 3rd down and about 10.
Get a little help from the officials
here.
They
stopped the clock. Now they're gonna run it. 1:05. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers from the Big Walnut 43. Trips near side, one out to the left. Tigers need a touchdown. Patterson back, waiting. Now he's rushed. Rolling to his right, still rolling. Throwing, tipped away at the 30-yard line. Knocked away by Cole Heisel. 4th down and 10.
Big Walnut's done a great job DB-wise, just knocking balls down tonight. I know it's just the little things, very disciplined, but, not trying to make the interception when they didn't have to. Just knocking that ball straight down, 2 hands, and slapping it down so no one can get to it.
47 seconds to go. Braylon Gamble comes in for the Tigers as they look to the near side for the play on 4th and 10. This is it for Massillon. Gamble goes out to the left, trips to the near side. Owens to the left of Patterson. 4th and 10. Back to throw. Patterson throws down the middle. Caught by Gamble. He bobbled it and caught it on the 28-yard line.
Caught it twice.
42 seconds.
You got to spike it here. Get on the ball.
Patterson in quickly under center, and he spikes it with 39 seconds. Pass a little behind Gamble. He reached back, got both hands on it, popped up in the air, and he grabbed it.
You've got to take care of this defensive end here, 34.
I don't have a catch for Braylon Gamble this year before that. I don't have all of their catch numbers, but I don't have one for him. He has no more than 3. That's where I cut off my numbers. Trips near side, Jackson out to the left. Tigers 2nd and 10 on the 27-yard line. Patterson back, waiting, firing for the end zone, up in the air, batted down again at the goal line. They had 2 receivers and 3 defenders back there. Now it'll be 3rd down and 10. One of the Tiger linemen, James Wallace, looks like he's battling some cramps right now, was helped to his feet. Big Walnut 27, Massillon 21, 32 seconds to go. Massillon with a 3rd and 10 on the Golden Eagles 27-yard line. Same formation, Jackson wide left, 3 to the near side. Owens to the left of Patterson. Do you dare? Nope, gonna throw it again. He's back, he's rushed, he's sacked back on the 40-yard line. Brought down by 99, T.J. Minor. 22 seconds, it's 4th down. They have to get
set.
They have to get to the 17-yard line. It's 4th and 23. Patterson back, looking, running far side. Hit as he throws it downfield, and it's caught at the 15, at the 13-yard line. 1.7 seconds to go.
That ball was so underthrown.
The defender waited for it to come down. The receiver just jumped in front of him and took it. It was Ramir Jackson. 1.7 to go. Tigers 1st and 10 on the 12.
Wheel Owens, just wheel him to the end zone. There's no one picking him up.
Patterson with 2 great throws, or great plays anyway, to give him a chance from the 12. 1:7 left on the clock. Jackson back.
Owens is there.
And he's hit, and he's down. Patterson is down. I believe the game is over.
Yep.
It is. The Massillon season comes to an end as they run out of time. Manny Patterson sacked on the last play as the Big Walnut defense, which has been nearly impenetrable all season, does just enough. And the Golden Eagles have won it 27-21. Big Walnut celebrating in the middle of the field. The Tigers waiting for the handshake line to begin. Some of them still down by the end zone. just struggling to comprehend what happened. They made two miraculous plays to get down to the 12-yard line with 1.7 seconds, but Patterson just had no shot there. He went back to throw, stepped to his left a little bit, had a man right in his face, and he went down. And Big Walnut has backed up their win last year in the regional final with another here tonight against Massillon. We'll take a timeout and come back to wrap it up. Our final score, Big Walnut 27, Massillon 21. You're listening to high school playoff football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here at Zanesville, Clint Scroggs and Brian Beatty with Ryan Bevere. And a game for a regional title that came down to the last play. Massillon had the ball on the 12-yard line with 1.7 seconds after a couple of amazing catches by Tiger receivers to get them down close. But the last play ended with a sack of Manny Patterson, and the Golden Eagles of Big Walnut, after dumping a big bucket of ice water on Curtis Krager, will head back to the far sideline and celebrate with their fans. The Tigers down in front of us, arm in arm for the alma mater by the swing band, which is just down to our right. And hard to take, I know, hard to. I think this Tiger team thought they were the equal or close to the equal of the team from a couple of years ago and saw themselves just building toward another state title. They met up with a really good team here tonight in Big Walnut.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's playoff football. You know, no matter how good you are, you got to get lucky. And, you know, and they had some breaks that didn't go their way early, you know, and you got to play all facets of the game, special teams, and that cost them early. You know, they really could have took control of this game in the first half, but they let a good team stay in the game, and that's what happens. And Big Walnut came out the second half and, you know, got that score and got the momentum, you know, and just couldn't put them away. And good teams like that, you got to put them away. You can't let them hang around. And you know, credit to Big Walnut staying in it, but you know, Massillon, you know, right down to the end, made plays. You know, even they had sacks and got right back on the ball and had a chance with, like you said, 1.7 seconds left, and just played with a lot of heart, but just couldn't get it there. And it. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, you see Hoban getting beat tonight. It takes luck. It takes a lot to go right to win a state championship, no matter how you look at it. And, you know, they're upset, but they're going to be back next year and be ready to go again. And you feel bad for the kids and especially the seniors. But good luck to Big Walnut. And and see how they continue on. You know, they've won that many games, just not by luck, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you this. Xavier Owens, Christian Culler, Braylon Gamble, Deontay Malone, Mateo Herrera, Manny Patterson, Ramir Jackson. These are all juniors.
Yes.
Isaac Maxheimer, Giorgio Jackson, William Himes, Chase White. I mean, and that's just one column. I still haven't gotten into the linemen.
Yeah, exactly.
The defensive players yet.
Yep.
This is a team that's built for the long haul, this Massillon Tiger team. And the Tigers right now down on a knee, all of them, including the coaches, just standing and watching the Big Walnut celebration. And maybe just saying, look, see what you have to do next year to be in their position. And yeah, interesting. Nate Moore just standing in front of his team, watching the Big Walnut team on the other end of the field. Now they've all taken a knee, and we'll hear from their head coach. They'll get their trophy, and I guess the Tigers will get a runner-up trophy for the region, which is nothing you really, nothing you really want to put.
It'll probably go in the mop closet.
I was going to say
they don't have a shelf for that at Massillon.
No.
But you know,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's, you know, you kind of just take it in, you know. And last year, you know, they had all the offsides penalties. You know, it was a close 14-7 ball game. This year, they're going to say the same thing. You know, they just, you know, just the mental mistakes early, the missed opportunities on the punts that gave up 14 points. So
right, they had two. They had a fumbled or a bad snap on a punt that set up Big Walnut on the 5, and they had a block punt that set them up on the about the 10 or 11 yard line.
And then just a missed snap that gave them the 3 points
right
before half on that punt.
On
you know?
offense.
Yeah, so, you know, there's just 3 plays. I mean, as I said, it comes down to execution, but.
See if we have some final numbers here. If I can get this on my phone. Here we go. Final numbers in the game. First downs 18-15 for Massillon. They had 287 on the ground, 68 through the air for 355. Big Walnut 100 rushing yards, 96 passing yards. Xavier Owens 35 carries, 293 yards, 3 touchdowns, and for my money, he didn't get the ball enough in the last 5 minutes of the game.
No.
Anthony McMullen, 37 yards and 11 carries. Manny Patterson, 6 of 14, 68 yards and a pick. Deontay Malone caught 2 for 4. And Thigpen, Gamble, and Owens each with 1 catch. On the other side, Nolan Burley, 22 carries, 104 yards. Eli Stump, 8 for 19, 96 yards and a score. Brody Hatfield, 4 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown in this one. And we won't go down the scoring, but Big Walnut doing just enough on offense. They weren't able to get in the end zone on their last the last time in the red zone. They got a field goal, but it made it a 6-point game. And what a defensive stand against a really talented offensive team in the last few moments.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, executing, you know, the field goals is important, you know, be able to execute those. And then, you know, I think we said during the broadcast, knocking the passes down. You know, there was one that knocked down on the goal line on a 4th and long instead of trying to make the interception, maybe just knocking the ball down. A couple big plays. The one that they did knock down, it was just a lame duck throw. You know, he took pressure, and the receiver just came out of nowhere and just undercut and made a great play for Massillon. But, yeah, just a great team. They're a very disciplined team. You know, they did a lot of the right things at the right time.
All right, that'll wrap it up from here in Zanesville on a rainy, chilly night. And the Massillon Tigers season comes to an end in the regional final for the 2nd straight year, and for the 2nd straight time to the Big Walnut Golden Eagles, who will go to a state semifinal next week. Of course, the D2 final is then the Thursday after Thanksgiving, first weekend of December. That's the first of the championship games at Tom Benson Stadium on Thursday night. Let's see. What do we have to do? We have to thank Ryan Bevere down on the field, and of course be watching for all the video and photos and the interviews from him after the game. And so thanks to him for a great job all season long. Thanks to my partner Brian Beatty, who he took this up last year. And I don't know how much of this he had done before, but what a great partner and a great guy to have around. Sorry we didn't have your daughter here tonight to hold the lights.
The light for us.
Hold the flashlight so we could actually read.
She said she wasn't going to work outside. I'm going to have to get on her about that. She plays tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, so I was like, all right.
She's a very smart girl.
Yes. Smarter than her father, that's for sure.
So
Yes.
thanks to Brian Beatty. My
Thank
name is
you.
Clint Scroggs, and again, our final here from Zanesville tonight. The Big Walnut Golden Eagles beat the Massillon Tigers for a regional championship. Final score 27-21. Thanks for joining us all season long. You've been listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.